What's up, everybody? So we're back on the shop with another Shop Talk Tuesday, and before this day ended, I wanted to come out here and do a video and release it today so that it's still technically on Tuesday, but I want to thank y'all for 35,000 subscribers. I know that I might not have mentioned it yet, but we actually broke that threshold of 35,000. I know it's not exactly a mile marker within YouTube statistics or anything like that, but 35,000 was important to me. I wanted to be able to hit it. You know, the next marker for me is 50,000, and then of course 75,100, but 35,000 is important because I said that once we hit that I was gonna do a giveaway. Now here's the cool thing. Originally, I was going to give away one of the Forge series knives, but I come up with a little bit different plan. I think what I'm gonna do is let y'all decide the style of knife that I'm gonna make for the giveaway. So what I need you to do, go down in the comment section and tell me what style of knife. You can even go into detail, the handle material, you know, whether it should have a guard, any of those things, and whichever one is commented the most, I'm gonna take that style of knife, put my own twist on it, and make that for the giveaway. So all you gotta do, go down the comment section, let me know style of knife that you think would be awesome, maybe some handle materials, pin materials, however detailed you wanted to get, I'm cool with that. And I will take the style that's commented the most, the handle material that's commented the most, the pin material that's commented the most, and I'll come together with the whole entire design and I will make that knife and be giving it away to a person. And of course, I'll get into more detail in the actual pre-giveaway video whenever we actually get to that point. But the first thing I need to do is wrap up this whole entire challenge build that I'm working on right now. And I figured, you know what? I need a build to work on directly after that. So I figured this would be the perfect time to pick y'all's brains and let y'all tell me what you think I should make, and then I'll give that knife away to a lucky subscriber. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm excited about doing it, and this was something that we talked about several times leading up to this point, and I figured, you know what, 35,000 subscribers, let's do it, let's get it, and let y'all pick what I'm gonna end up making. So we'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see what y'all say, because it's typically a bunch of different styles. Anytime I say to do this type of thing, y'all typically go all over the place, and I think it's awesome because it gives me great ideas for what y'all actually like for me to make for future content. Even if I don't make your specific style of knife that you had talked about in your comment, I might end up making that later in the year. So again, go into detail and let me know. And of course, if you're hyped about this, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, because those always help the channel. Now, other than the giveaway part of this, I did want to talk a little bit about something, because you know, it is Shop Talk Tuesday and we're in the shop on a Tuesday, and we might as well talk about something. So one of the things that I was thinking about was trying to find out a really good kind of work life / knife making life. Now, of course, you have family thrown in there and everything like that. What I want to know is, and this is something else you could put in the comment section, how do y'all balance? What do y'all do? How do y'all come up with the amount of time that you balance within your regular job? Now, if not making your job, then, I mean, when you're done making knives, you go home. But for people who do knife making as a side hustle or a hobby or anything like that, how do you balance your work life, knife making life, and home life? What do you try and do? What's your formula? What are y'all all about? For me, I really like being in the house with my family, so I tend to prioritize that over this. But trying to balance work life, especially for someone who's like me, who has a salary job, who pretty much has to be available all the time, it is kind of interesting trying to balance that with knife making plus YouTube stuff. So typically, if you're not a YouTuber, you go in your shop, knock out your knives, do all your stuff. For me, I work on knives, but I have to figure out camera angles and lighting and all of that stuff in the process of making knives, and it really makes the knife making process a lot slower, but I get good content out of it, so it works, you know? But it's always that trying to figure out the balance to make sure that you can do different things within your day. And I'm always interested in how people try and set their days up so that they can do all the different things, because if you're like me, you don't just have a job. You know, you have a hobby, you've got a job, you got life, kids have sports, all that stuff. And it's something that you have to think about. You know, for people who typically watch my channel, not many of them are full-time professional knife makers. I do have some full-time knife makers that watch the channel, but we do have a lot of people who do all kinds of other jobs. And I think that it's good for everyone to kind of hear how they try and balance those things in their lives so that they can decide whether they want to invest in this hobby or whether they want to do this as a part-time hustle to where they can earn extra money to be able to help pay bills or help pay for the tools for the hobby. You know, all my tools that are in here have been purchased because of my knife making and YouTube. So it's worked out really well for me. You know, my investment has paid me back tenfold because of what I've been able to create with it. And it's a no-brainer for me to get a tool or do any of that because I'm gonna get that investment back. But it's making sure that you balance everything out. You know, for me, I try to pick just a few days out of the week to come out here and do this. Whenever I'm releasing the daily vlogs, it's a little bit different because I do a little bit of work each day, and I'll typically do that for like a week here and there, or sometimes on Decembers or things like that. But for me, it's trying to make sure that I'm able to be inside my house and hang out with the family and just be present with them. I like to cook pretty much all of our dinners because that puts me in the house no matter what. So it's a cool time for me to be there and then sit down, eat, do things like that, but then be able to come out here either before dinner or after dinner, devote a little bit of time to this, a little bit of time to filming, a little bit of time to editing and making a good balance. But, you know, I could always work on that and I can always make my balance better. So what do y'all do? What's your balance that you try and maintain within work, home, and life? I always want to know those things. For like I said, for me, it is I go to work. Sometimes I'll work in the shop a little bit before I go to work, and I'll set things up for the day after, not the day after, but after the work day. So I'll come out here, set myself up so that whenever I get off work, I'm already ready to come out here, put in the work, call it done, go inside, make dinner, hang out with the family, and then maybe come back out here, work on a little bit more stuff. And if I'm not gonna be able to work in the shop in the morning of the next day, I'll prep my day for the next day at that night. So it's trying to set myself up for success within capitalizing on my time and making sure that whenever I'm in here, I'm able to knock things out. You know, setting up the workbench, the anvils, getting sandpapers set up, all those things so that the next work day or the next time I'm in the shop, I'm ready to go and we can just get in here and start working. That way I'm maximizing my time. So it's a couple of things that I do. And plus, I try to not work every single day in the shop. I'll do a day in the shop, maybe a day off, a day in the shop, couple days off, day in the shop. That way it's not just shop time, back to back to back to back to back to back, and I can take little mini breaks. Because again, this is not my full-time career. This is what I do for YouTube and everything like that. So that's what I try and do, you know, get myself out here and get myself in the house and make sure that I still put in 110% at work, because I like being a good employee that's proactive and knocks stuff out. Partially because I'm my own manager, so I've got to maintain my work ethic to make sure that I'm actually working consistently, because nobody comes up with my work day. I'm the one that comes up with that. So yeah. Anyways, y'all let me know. All of that stuff in the comment section below. Feel free to do paragraphs. I don't care. I'm going to read it all. That's it for this video. If y'all would, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all stay safe out there, and I'll catch y'all next time.